Okay. I need something from my mouth because it was bland. Okay, so back what we were talking about. So the love of nature may pull them to study agriculture, you know, farming, animals, or landscaping. Talking about land plots and all those kind of things. And even apprentice to a florist or someone who deals with flowers, obviously. Taste, smell, and some flowers can actually be edible. Skills in the beauty and the health realm are also something Taurus may be drawn to. Costume designing costumes, feel, touch, all these things. So, maybe good because it allows them to work with textiles, fabric, massage, aromatherapy, or smelling of different things. Reiki, I don't know what that is. Another bodywork modalities in this wellness realm also correspond very well to Taurus sensibilities. So then right here we have going on to the next paragraph. So Taurus grounded practical nature means they will do well in the study of finance, money management, and even real estate. So they're very grounded and practical about money, about financing, money, managing it, keeping track of it, making it, and real estate. Someone who deals with houses and would go into his houses and all those kind of things. Once they decide on the area of study, they're sure to do quite well, as their qualities of endurance mean they will stick to what they start. Obviously, we read something like that earlier. Although it may take Taurians long to digest those studies, once they do, they retain the information and carry it with them always. So once they learn it may take them long, but once they achieve it, once they learn it, pick it up, then they just remember it and take it with them. So a Taurus once told me her greatest accomplishment was completing her schooling, saying it took so long it was a triumph to finish. So long, put a lot of effort to it, and she finished it. So, to be clear, Taurus' slow and steady pace has nothing to do with the lack of intelligence or laziness, just because they move slowly and more meticulously than others does not mean that they're not smart or that they're lazy. All they do is they take their time. And taking their time is actually a good thing, because when you're rushing through something, you don't know if the quality of it's going to be really good, so they want to make it the best it can be. Take your time for it. When you're waiting in a restaurant for the komeda to come, sometimes it takes a while. It's because it's a very good dish, and they want to put the time, kind of thing with slow cooking. It takes a while, but in the long run, it's all worth it in the end, because all the flavors meld beautifully. Another Taurus thing right there. So, what's also important is Mercury placement. So the placement that the Mercury's in. Mine is in Taurus. And she talks about 3rd and 9th house cusp. The 3rd house is Gemini, air. Then the 9th house is Sag, fire. Gemini is all about communication, thinking, It's all about collab, mental processing, and also learning and retaining of information and sharing it. Ninth house is about personal philosophy, higher philosophy, higher learning, expansion of body and mind, expansion of experience, travel. Sag is air to the fire, by the way. And Gemini is fire to the air, so they're flipped. So, and no compliments. Now, having said that, a Taurus simply can't be rushed with schooling. Or anything else for that matter. So they don't like being rushed with their education, with what they're doing. They move at their own pace, what works for them. They don't like other people telling them how fast that they should go and setting them deadlines, so they like to go at their own pace. They're slow and methodical. As the old saying goes, slow and steady wins the race. Remember? Slowly and steadily. Think of, okay, Aesop's Fables. Tortoise and the Hare is his most famous of his fables, and the tortoise is Taurus, and they rhyme. They're so similar how they sound. And that's the turtle. Turtles are very, very slowly, they take their time, and it's in a race. Now, obviously, you look at it saying, you're not going to win, says the hare, which is the exact opposite, very physical and alive and jumping and fast. So, Aries and Taurus, basically, applying literature to astrology. Aesop's fable, Tortoise and the Hare, that was based off Aries and Taurus, or the other way around. Aries the hare, Taurus the Taurus the tortoise. So, they're so different in that way. Two different signs, one next to each other, completely different. So you can see that. I'm really enjoying this mint. This lemon ball in my mouth. So anyway, so it's important for them to be motivated and interested and invested. Really focused, again, motivated now. Invested is interest, but it has action to it. Motivation. So interest and motivation, combine them and you get invested. Invested in the area of study. If they can't see the point or the importance of things, then there will be a resistance that makes the test very laborious for them if they don't want to do it by their own standards, and motivation will be hard to find. So there needs to be logic to it. There needs to be a point or a value to whatever they're doing. So when motivation is there, they persist very gladly. They need to find an area of study that really sparks joy with them. So once they like something, once they find something that they like, they stick to it. Once they do, they're unstoppable. So then, going to skip forward because she goes on to tell a story of her personal experience or whatever it is. We don't need to look at that. So skip forward to where it says, give Torians a duty. It'll give you time to do that. Let's just look at this one sentence here. Give Torians a duty and a deadline, and we will rise to the occasion. They have a duty and also a deadline. They will do their best to meet it. So, basically, so that's Taurus in school. Thank you very, very much for coming. Now, we're going to head outside, you guys and everybody else, and we're going to work on our written portions. Okay?